we're a bit of a hidden secret. We're kind of out in the middle of an industrial park, so people drive by all the time and don't know we're here. We don't want to be a secret. We want people to know about us. We were founded in 1985 by 3 women. We started with a borrowed pony and 5 riders. We've grown to having over 110 riders and 15 horses. We have over 200 active volunteers. We serve kids and adults in the greater Cincinnati area with disabilities. All of our riders have some sort of a diagnosis, something as simple as maybe ADHD to more severe autism, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, MS. The movement of the horse is the actual therapy. So when the horse moves, it engages their core, their social skills, just interacting with peers and others. We try to keep it quiet and the trees out front so it's pretty and you feel like you're out on a farm, even though we're not that far from Cincinnati and other locations. So when people drive by, most are surprised to learn that we even have such a big facility and 15 horses and staff and clients. So we want to be known to the public and we want people to come out and visit us and see us.
I believe I spent 25 years in business to learn the skills to help run this place. I had never been around a horse. I had never been around a person with a disability. And Bobby Thies, one of the 3 founders, talked me into coming and volunteering. And she said to me, I have this cute little boy that you'll be working with. I was his sidewalker. And he was so happy to be on that horse and so grateful for my help in sidewalking him that I was hooked. And I think that's what happens with all of our volunteers.
I really have found that CTRH is a well-kept secret here in the Claremont County, greater Cincinnati area. They do so many wonderful things for so many people that, I found personally that once I'm able to introduce people to the organization and they realize the differences they make in people's lives, people are committed to helping that organization be successful.
We have multiple programs. Our first program is recreational riding, which is basically an adaptation. So special tack, special equipment, volunteer assistance. All of our riders have a horse leader. They have 1 or 2 volunteers walking next to them while they're mounted. And then we have hippotherapy, which is very similar with the volunteers, but one of them would be an occupational therapist, a physical therapist, or a speech-language pathologist. We have Worth, which is the Warrior's Own Road to Horsemanship. That's our veterans program. The last program that we have is equine facilitated learning, and we do that with Children's Hospital. All of our riders come here for different reasons. Some might be social, some might be physical, some are cognitive. We currently subsidize pretty much the majority, maybe 80 to 85% of the cost for our riders. So there is a small fee, but we try to cover as much as we can.
You didn't even be silly. Blake is a very extroverted little girl. So luckily she was very excited to see the horses. I had talked to her about it beforehand, that she was going to get to ride, and she jumped right into it. She was very excited. Blake was diagnosed with spinal muscular atrophy. She is considered a type 2 SMA patient. When Blake first started, she was like a wet noodle on the horse. Her torso and everything was very weak. And being on the horse with the helmet as heavy as it was, and watching her, I was terrified and put my trust into the therapist here. And like just a few weeks later, she was sitting up better, her head was better, her endurance, being able to hold the helmet, got better. It was so amazing how much strength that she had developed in spite of her disease being progressive. It was just so heartwarming to watch.
Sometimes the students aren't able to really communicate with me, but they are able to communicate with the horse and show through their eyes, their hands, their gestures that they really are getting some benefit from this. I have worked with Gary for a little while, and he is amazing because even as unstable as he is, he's very sharp and very willing. He pays very close attention and works very hard at what he's doing. I feel like my role, because Gary is pretty knowledgeable about what we want to do, is to help him stretch his limits and feel more confident. I really found it rewarding to see the progress that some of these clients make.
I used to drag race motorcycles, and I sustained an accident in 2002 at Bristol Motor Speedway Racing. And the result of that accident was it left me as a T6 paraplegic. So I've had lots of therapy experience, which I've enjoyed every bit of it, and I've learned a lot of things about myself. And as I was in my search for finding recreational things to do, that's how I found CTRH. I like to try new things just to see what I can do. The thing that I will never forget is how I felt so tall and I could look down at things, because sitting in my wheelchair all the time, I forgot what that was like, being upright. It allowed me to regain the strength that I needed to be able to sit in my wheelchair all day. So with that, I was able to go back to school, get my degree, and re-enter the workforce.
This is something that they don't have to be in a clinic or a lab for therapy. They don't have to go to the hospital. They can interact with peers and make friends.
For the parents to see their children smile and laugh really is very heartwarming to see that type of reaction.
Can you teach her how to ride a horse?
You hold on to the bar.
You hold on to the bar?
And then you play go gapping and then you ride.